Hi and welcome back to my channel. Please remember to subscribe down below and leave a comment. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about things you should not feel guilty about. But before then, I'm currently reading this book. The title of the book is The Lost Boy. It's from anyone who saw my video on childhood trauma. I'll be linking it down below in the description box. It's a continuation of that book. It's an amazing book which you can grab and read. That said and done, let's dive right into the topic. Number one, don't feel guilty for needing help. Don't feel guilty for needing help. It's okay to feel vulnerable. Everyone needs advice. Everyone needs help. I call people for advice all the time. I text people for advice. It's okay to feel vulnerable. Don't feel guilty for needing help. Number two, don't feel guilty for saying no. I posted something on my social media last week and said that I want mental health to be so normalized that someone can say no, someone can cancel plans and still feel comfortable and say the real reason why they are canceling these plans. Don't feel guilty for saying no. Cancel a date. Say no to something you don't want to do, because the consequences of us not saying no. I have gone through moments when I didn't say no when I needed to say no, and it's a lot of baggage, a lot goes on. So go ahead, say no to things you don't want to. Prioritize yourself. It's okay to say no. Don't feel guilty. Then the inability to say no has cost a lot of people a lot of things. Number three, don't feel guilty for moving on. Don't feel guilty for leaving a toxic relationship. Don't feel guilty for blocking someone. Don't feel guilty for not accepting a friend request. Don't feel guilty for moving on. Go ahead with your life. That person was toxic. Don't feel guilty if you are around people who are always sucking your energy. Don't feel guilty from cutting them off. Move on with your life. Life is too short to be around negative energy. Don't feel guilty for making mistakes. Failure is a stepping stone to success. You will fail a lot of times, but it's not your ability to fail. It's your ability to get up after you've been knocked down. So get up, keep moving. Don't feel guilty for making mistakes. It's okay. It's from those mistakes that you learn. It's from those mistakes that you will move on. It's from those mistakes that they will build you, they will strengthen you, and you will get out of those mistakes a stronger person. So don't feel guilty for making mistakes. Number five, don't feel guilty for your personal life choices. If you're single, don't feel guilty. If you're married, don't feel guilty. If you decide to have kids, don't feel guilty, because many are the times that maybe all your friends are in a relationship, so you keep feeling Penny, what's wrong with me? No. Those are your personal life choices. If you want to be single, it's a choice, and don't feel guilty for it. If you decide to get married, it's a choice, and don't feel guilty for it. Don't apologize for deciding to get married. Those are your life choices. If you decide to get kids, those are your choices. Don't feel guilty for them. If you decide not to have children, those are your personal life choices. Don't feel guilty for them. Number six, this is something that most of us feel guilty about: your goals, either career or life goals, your dreams and aspirations. Do not feel guilty for them. I have a friend of mine who keeps saying he wants to go to Paris, and it's okay. That is his goal. Because the problem with us young people is, maybe when you tell your goals to your friends, they'll be like, it's okay, I understand, but where you are now, do not feel guilty for your goals. Those are your goals. If you want to buy a Jeep when you're 40, that's your goal. If you want to buy a house at this, that's your goal. Do not feel guilty for it. Do not apologize. Number seven, do not feel guilty for feeling your emotions. Your feelings are valid. If you want to cry, go ahead. That's your emotion. Your emotions are valid. Every one of us experience those moments. Go through those emotions. Feel them. If you want to cry, if you're feeling sad, if something nice has happened to you, don't feel guilty for feeling happy. Go ahead. Outburst your joy. Number eight, never feel guilty for setting boundaries and sticking to them. It is said that we teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. Do not feel guilty for setting boundaries. do not feel guilty for sticking to them, because most of us will be like, the new level I'm moving to, maybe I have to cut out so and so. Go ahead, go cut them, and do not feel guilty. This is life. We live once. Do not feel guilty. Do not feel guilty for declining a phone call. Missing an event. It's okay to protect your energy. It's okay. That's why I'm saying it's okay to block someone who drains your energy. It's okay not to be around people who are sucking your energy. Protect your energy as much as you can. Go ahead, be there for yourself. Protect your peace of mind. If it is said that if something is costing you your peace of mind, then it is so expensive for you. So do not feel guilty for declining a phone call. Do not feel guilty for wanting to be alone. Do not feel guilty for wanting your space. The last thing, and number 10 is, which is something most, especially young people, feel guilty about, is about your religion and what you believe in. Go ahead. People out here are acting gangster, and now you want, because if you're saved, proclaim your faith and don't feel guilty for it. Because I know a friend of mine who cannot post about maybe about motivation, maybe about God, just because he has friends who will be telling him, Buddha, nini. Do not feel guilty for what you believe in. Do not feel guilty, because we have, I think we have normalized not believing. We have normalized not believing in God or not subscribing. It's okay if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in church. That's your faith. Do not feel guilty for it. If you believe in church, you believe in prayer, that is your belief, and do not feel guilty for it. So I hope these things will help you to, because some of these things that we feel guilty about are the things that keep us tied in a cocoon. You'll be like, I have these dreams, but see, my friend said it's not possible. So you limit yourself because your friend said, your family said. This is life. We live once. And someone said, we live once, but if you live well, that once is enough. So until my next video, remember that your mental health matters. Check on your friends. Remember to check on your family. If you find my video relevant, please share it with your friends.